What is wrong with the law of God? You know, if you begin to look at each one of the laws, you look at the first commandment. You must not worship any other gods except me. What's wrong with that law? You must not make any idols. The second commandment. What's wrong with that law? You must not use the name of the Lord your God in vain. All right? You must honor and respect your father and mother. You must not murder. You must not commit adultery. You must not steal. You must not lie about other people. You must not want to take your neighbor's wife or his house. Basically, don't covet. You know, here's the issue. I think most Christians don't have a problem with 9 of the 10 commandments. But you may have noticed I left one of the commandments out deliberately. I left the 4th commandment out. Let's read it. Exodus 20 and verse 8. You must remember to keep the Sabbath day a special day. You must work 6 days a week to do your job, but the 7th day is a day of rest in honor of the Lord your God. So on that day, no one should work. Not you, not your son, your daughter, your men, your women slaves, even your animals, and the foreigner living in your cities must not work. Yes, the importance of the Sabbath day. But it's the one commandment, the 4th commandment, that a lot of Christians have a problem with. In other words, you're not going to tell me to stop. I just can't do that. I just can't stop. There's no stopping me now, whatever. This is the one commandment that a lot of Christians will not keep. They just will not keep the Sabbath day. Now, there are 3 false gods that we all have. Let me tell you about them. 3 false gods that we all seem to worship at the altar of is money god, belly god, and time god. Money god is, you're not going to tell me how to spend my money. You're not going to tell me, God, that I got to give 10% of my income to you. Belly god is, you're not going to tell me what I can and cannot eat. All right? Time god is, God, you're not going to tell me how to spend my time. You're not going to tell me I need to keep your Sabbath and stop. Okay? Because I can't do that. Yeah, it's really a commandment that a lot of Christians they struggle with, keeping this 4th commandment. You see, because Christians are not willing to keep the 4th commandment, which is the Sabbath day, they have developed a theology that dismisses all of the 10 commandments. In the rhetoric that says the law has been abolished, grace plus nothing, the gospel message is just acceptance. You don't add anything to it. You don't do anything. You just accept Jesus. That's it. The law's been fulfilled. The law's been nailed to the cross. Because they're not willing to keep this one commandment, they develop a theology that dismisses all the commandments. This is why I say the church, Christianity, don't have a leg to stand on. This is one of the reasons I say that the churches cannot stand up for morality because of their own doctrine and theology. Because of the church's failure to submit and keep the 4th commandment. So how do we love God? By keeping His commandments. The 4th commandment is about holy time with God. You ever thought about that? Children spell love T-I-M-E. They really do. And I can't help but wonder if God doesn't spell it the same way. Time. In fact, if you look at the Sabbath command, it's about time with God. It's about you stopping what you're doing and spend a day with God.